Hey there, Tiny Home fam. So, day 12 out of 30. Today was a little more emotional. Last night, I woke up and there was this fog and just this absolutely beautiful quality of this land. And I had a heart grip on, I don't want to leave. And we're just really grateful to have had all the grounding because we traveled for 6 months. We have traveled for as much as we've been grounded, and I have to say, being grounded is our preference right now. We've done our trip. That was awesome, but it's really time to focus, be around community and friends and build community. And I've been doing that. I'm involved in the ecstatic dance group here in Sebastopol with my friend Loie and Aspen and Alex and all the volunteers that come out for it, and all the amazing DJs. It's an awesome movement practice to just move the body. And I've reconnected with a number of friends and just really love the area of Sebastopol, Sonoma County in general. And the reality of pulling this tiny home across the field, which has gotten more opportunistic, I will say. Yesterday, we pulled the truck up to the tiny home. So that is progress because we moved this giant field. So for those of you that haven't known, I just jumped right in. We got a 30-day notice to vacate this beautiful land and property what we've been on. But today was really cool because the gentleman, why am I blanking on his name? I think it's Tim. Oh my goodness. He reached out to me and he's going to come out and take a look at the property and look at the houses that need rehab. Yesterday, I went to the permit department and found out that, yes, there's some possibilities with this land. But the whole redoing and upgrading septic, I've never done that before. I mean, that definitely is expensive. I wouldn't be doing it, clearly. But that's not something, if I was to hey, let's go find an investment property, I wouldn't necessarily be looking for one that involved a septic upgrade because that's a big project and involves permitting and all kinds of stuff. So we're hopeful, we're trusting. That's the word of the day. I had a great conversation with my friend Sarah Hope Smith. The cool thing about this whole process is it's brought out new friends and friends that I've known from the past and having great dialogue around investing, around affordable housing, around community. And we're just going to keep going on. And sometimes you just have to take walks and shake the brain out and not make all the decisions. Like today, we're like, should we go this weekend? I don't know. I'm like, maybe we should just go right up until the time that we're supposed to go. And even though the landlord wants us to go probably yesterday, so what? We've been given 30 days and we can take the 30 days because next weekend I'm going to be at the Tiny Home Festival in San Diego. So life continues to happen. Decisions are part of the reality of tiny home living, especially when you're told to vacate and your home is on wheels. I talked to a woman today who was looking at putting a home in the backyard and she wasn't sure, should she buy a home that's already built? Should she get one built? Should it go in the backyard? And one of the questions I asked is it an area that you think would get complaints? Because I already know the area that she's going is not been approved for movable tiny homes in backyards as accessory dwelling units. So it just brings into all kinds of decisions to make. And yet the question is, are we still glad we went tiny? Yeah. As I said in my newsletter yesterday, because it was Tiny Home Tuesday yesterday, we've been able to own our own home. We've been able to travel with our own home. We've been able to find beautiful places like this. Even though, yes, it's ending, we were able to find this one, we will find others. And while it's a big question mark and we don't know exactly where we're going to go, trust, back to trust. So what are you trusting in your life? Is tiny home a path for you? And yet you're like, I don't know, it seems like a lot. And especially what she's going through. Or it's possible. Let's go for it. Because the thing that you know, is driving you crazy, or the too much rent, or too much stuff. These are all the themes, at least those two are the top themes that I've heard from people. You know, too much financial, too much house at the end of my life, or I want to retire, or I want to move into a tiny home so I can send my kids to college. I just talked to someone about that today. All kinds of reasons as to why people want to go tiny. I'd love to know from any of you whether you want to go tiny or not, or whether you know someone. Please let me know the kind of biggest fear. Like, what would you want to know or hear or talk about from someone that actually is in a tiny home? A lot of things come up around ordinances, where to park them, how to get them funded. When it really comes down to it, you know, the design and all of that, that's probably the easiest part. Having it built by someone else, easy, unless you go to the builder that we went to. That wasn't so easy because they went bust. But most builders are great, and I've been meeting some awesome ones. So I'm excited to introduce people if you're looking for how you can trust a builder. That's some things that I actually have been doing a lot of vetting and a lot of questioning and a lot of understanding, even down to like what kind of invoices they're sending out, how they're certified. That's a big one, big one. So all of those things and more, we're wrapping up into a consulting package. And I'm actually thinking of having a group run tiny home support team for all of us, including me. Because there's a lot of people at different places, and most people I talk to feel like they want to do it, you know, a few years out. To what? Figure everything out. Well, yeah, in a couple more years, more and more places are going to become legit and available to park your tiny home. But there already are places available, and there already are ways to do it. So if you've been looking at going tiny for a while and you're really excited about it, or you know someone that is, check in with me, reach out, because love to hear from you. Direct message me, YouTube me, you name it, comment below, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Keep forgetting that. Check out Experience Tiny Homes on Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. And also experiencetinyhomes.org. You guys have a great day, and I'm going to just enjoy the final light of the beautiful field. Here we go.